Salut, c'est Aurélie. Yes, I am back. I was sick for a few days, but now I'm feeling much better, so I'm recording new episodes. And, well, I don't even know if you noticed that I didn't share anything for a week, but if you were intrigued or, yeah, you didn't know and you wanted to know what was happening, you can subscribe to my Instagram account, which is belgianaccent.podcast, because over there I share everything. Like, I even shared Instagram publications saying, I'm a bit sick, sorry, won't be any episode this week. So, yeah, if it's gonna happen in the future, all the informations are gonna be on the Instagram page because I wanted to share something in the community stuff, but I don't have enough subscribers yet. So yes, I can only say it to you, like tell you that I'm sick through Instagram. So go check it out, and the link of the Instagram account is always in the description of each episode. Anyway, I think that's enough for Instagram promotion. And, well, let's talk about the real subject of today's episode, which is the imposter syndrome. Um, well, I'm gonna tell you my definition of it, and then I'm gonna explain to you two situations where I felt that imposter syndrome and how I managed to overcome it with tricks that I did to myself and all of that. So, first of all, what's the imposter syndrome? Well, for me, it's a feeling that you get when when you don't feel like you deserve something, that you don't deserve to be in a relationship with a person, when you don't deserve when you don't deserve to have that kind of job that is well paid and all of that, and you're afraid that people are gonna realize that, well, you don't have the skills for that, you don't have the mindset for that, and you have that fear of being exposed, and that people are gonna discover you're not good enough, but you are good enough, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be in that relationship or you wouldn't have that job. But your mind is like, no, 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 no. I don't feel uh, like I deserve it, but you do deserve it. So, yeah, that's quite tricky. And I read something, I don't know where it was, or maybe I heard it. Oh gosh. But it was saying that 7% out of 10 feel the imposter syndrome at some point in their life. So that's a lot of people. So first of all, you are not alone. And the way I see it, and that's why I chose to use it for the thumbnail, is it's a wave basically. So yes, the wave sometime is gonna come, and you're gonna feel that imposter syndrome, but then it's gonna disappear because the wave is gonna go back to the sea. But month or years after, poof, it's gonna come back, but then it's gonna go away. And the perfect way to handle it, I would say, it's to have to learn how to surf when the wave is gonna hit you, like how to react when it's happening. So I don't have any magic solution, of course I don't, but I'm just gonna share to you how I managed to do it, and maybe it's gonna help you. That's the main point of this episode. So yes, I think I did the definition quite well. And it's also, yes, feeling that you are illegitimate in in your field, in your relationship, and whatever. So yes, it can be, you can feel that way with a lot of different stuff, or even, I don't know, in your football team or soccer team, whatever. So yes. Anyway, one of the first time I felt that way, it was, well, with this podcast and YouTube channel, because I've had this idea of launching a podcast and YouTube channel like summer 2019. And at that time I was like, right, I've got this idea, it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna do it right now, and people are gonna listen to me, and then in 2, 3, 4 years I'll be a bit famous and everything's gonna be okay. But it didn't happen because I was going to do a gap year, which is gonna be for another episode I haven't forgotten. And I realized it wasn't a good time for me to do it. But so I waited, and I waited like 2 years before really launching it. And during that time, the more you wait, the more doubts are gonna come into your head, and they're gonna paralyze you a little bit. Because at first I was like, yes, of course I'm gonna do it, and people are gonna watch it because, you know, they're just gonna like me and stuff. But then the more I waited, I was like, wait, who am I to share stuff on the internet and pretend that it's maybe gonna help some people? Like, I'm nobody. uh, I'm nobody. I'm just a Belgian student doing my best, and that's it. And so at that time, I really thought that I was nobody to do it, and I didn't have the right, and I didn't deserve to do it. But then I realized, wait. Like, all the people I'm watching right now on YouTube or listening to on Spotify, well, at first they were nobody as well. Like, nobody knew them, they were unknown and stuff, but they still did it, and they didn't ask for any permission. They just felt the right that yes, they could launch and they could start a YouTube channel, and that's it. And I was like, well, I can do the same then. I don't have to ask any permission, and I do have the right to share almost everything I want here. Because of course there were some rules from YouTube and stuff. But it is my right to do it, and it is your right to listen to me or not to listen to me. Of course, I prefer if you do listen to me. But yes, it's my right to share and publish episodes 3 times a week. And it's your right to listen to me and to click on that thumbnail or not to click. And that's the thing, like, if you're sick of hearing my thick Belgian French accent when I speak in English, well, you have the right to just stop listening to me and just, yeah, stop the YouTube video and go listen to another person. And when I realized that, it helped me a lot, because yes, I just felt I had the right to do it, just like you have the right to start a YouTube channel tomorrow if you want to, or even today. And I'm not forcing you to watch me. I'm not in your house with a gun next to your head being like, you have to listen to me, you have to subscribe, you have to like and comment. No, I'm not like that. You have the right to do whatever you want. And you are responsible enough to watch me or watch another person or just not watch anything on YouTube. And realizing that helped me a lot. So who knows, maybe you want to begin a YouTube channel or a podcast channel or whatever. You do have the right to do it. And we, as the audience, we have the right to listen to you or not to listen to you. But that's up to us. And yes, I don't know if that was well explained or not. It, in my mind, it seems very clear, but I don't know if I managed to say it well with words. And I said a lot more things that I did in French, so oops, sorry for French speakers. But anyway, and the second time, well, not really the second time, but one of the, well, the latest time I felt that I was hit and overwhelmed by the imposter syndrome, it was last week. Because I'm gonna give you a bit of context. I have an interview that I have to do for one of my French lesson because I'm still studying translation and stuff. And I have a 20-minute interview to make, and it's gonna be basically my exam. So very important stuff. And for weeks, I didn't know who I wanted to interview because I wanted to interview everybody. Because, yeah, the interview, it's about the job of the person. And I think from my perspective, my point of view, that every job on earth is important and is interesting. So I wanted to ask the accountant, just as I wanted to interview the guy that's at the bakery and everybody. So it took me a lot of time to choose who I wanted to interview, but I finally came up with that idea of interviewing a Belgian politician that I've been following on Instagram for a few months, and I really like their positions and what they're trying to do for the Belgian people and improving laws and stuff. And so, sorry, I had to cough because I'm not really sick, but I do have to cough. Anyway, you didn't hear that, and that's a good thing. So I wanted to interview that person, and so I started to watch YouTube videos from them and Instagram posts because I wanted to have a lot of information to make a good interview. And at that point, I was very confident that this person is gonna accept that 20 minutes interview because it's only 20 minutes and in a day it's not a lot of time, so it should be okay. And yeah, so I was pretty confident that the person was gonna accept it. But then I watched a YouTube video because I don't wait. I think it was a live video, but you could still have access to it even though it wasn't live anymore. Anyway, you got the idea. And up to that moment, I was pretty confident. But then when I watched that video, that was very very recent and very new, like it was maybe shared a week ago, and I saw it had like 100 or 200 views, which is not a lot in the YouTube game, of course, but for that person it was pretty good. And at that time the wave hit me and I was like, wait, Aurélie, like, who do you think you are to just ask and kind of steal 20-25 minutes of their time when in the end nobody's gonna listen to that interview except you and your teacher? Like, how, what, like, did you really think they were gonna accept it? Like, that's so stupid. And I don't know why I suddenly felt that way. I guess it's because I realized that, well, yes, nobody's gonna listen to that interview. Well, I do hope that one day I'm gonna be able to have that person on the podcast, but it's not gonna be for the interview. And yes, seeing that 100 or 200 people had watched it, I was like, wow, okay. And I don't know, the wave just hit me, and I remember sending an audio message to one of my friends saying, I don't know if I still want to do it, because I don't feel that I would deserve 20-25 minutes of their time to interview them. So, yes, really felt that wave of imposter syndrome. But then I was like, wait, like, I'm saying like a lot of time when I speak in English. That's horrible. Sorry. Then I told myself, but just like for the YouTube channel, she has, well, fuck. Sorry. They have the right, well, no, it's a she, but she has the right to say no. Like, I have the right to ask her to interview her, but she also has the right to say no, which is very understandable due to the big job that she has and the big schedule and busy schedule and stuff. And yes, just like for the YouTube channel, realizing that helped me a lot, because, well, I do have the right to ask, and she does have the right to say no. Of course, I don't want that to happen, just like I want you to still listen to my next episode and stuff. But if you want to stop listening to me, okay, that's up to you. Like, just like for you, I'm not in her house with a gun next to her head saying you have to accept that interview with me. No. So, yes, she has the right to say yes, and she has the right to say no, and she is responsible enough to tell me, sorry, I don't have any time in my schedule, or if I do, it's gonna be in 2025, and that's not gonna work. And realizing that and rationalizing that helped me a lot. So I don't know if it's gonna help you, or if you've just lost 17 minutes of your time. I don't know. But for me, yes, rationalizing, does that word exist? Wait, I'm gonna check. Well, yes, it does exist. So rationalizing everything, it helps me a lot. So maybe it can help you too. I don't know. But I think that's it. And yes, in the end, the message of that video, that episode, is you're gonna be hit by the waves of the imposter syndrome at some point in your life. Well, if you're not, it's perfectly good. It's nice, but I mean, 7 people out of 10. So, and it's okay, but it's gonna come, and then it's gonna disappear, and it's gonna go away. And when you're kind of surfing in that wave, you can find ways to kind of trick yourself and trick your brain to be okay and to manage it in a better way. I don't know. I've never studied psychology or anything. Well, actually, I did when I was in Spain, but we didn't really talk about that. Anyway, hope it maybe helped, and see you next week. Bye.